Hey, it's Ster. You ever heard of Ster? Anyone ever heard of Ster? Anyone?
We want to end.
Ah, God, that's
we want to
loud.
end that run in style, but we need $20,000.
Code in 360 no scope Plaza Star base.
Yeah, I guess we could make the 360 no scope a skill. However, before I start working on important things, I randomly got brain gobbled and I have to test some Path of Exile stuff. Like, real quick. Just seriously, like, real quick. Just like, hold on. It's just a hold on. Quick. Hold on. Number one, does Greater Volley work with Blazing Salvo? It does for some reason. Okay, hold on. Fires 17 projectiles. Okay, hold on. Fires 17 projectiles. Hold on. Myriad looks so cool now. This has to happen, and then I can start working. This has to be unbrain gobbled. It's too long. Didn't read. I've been playing Explosive Kankaki. You throw your bombs, and it overlaps like crazy, and shotguns like crazy, and does a ton of damage. Because here, it's a math problem. Any fucking math experts in the chat? Any huge math experts? Anybody have gone like to school and like didn't drop out? Anyone at all? Blazing Salvo at level 30 does 1,000 damage-ish with 8 projectiles. Okay. Explosive cock deals 4,000, 5,000, 7,000. Okay, so explosive cock does like 7,000, but it's one projectile. but then you add 9 projectiles and they all overlap. So you're looking at more like 7 to 8,000 with 9 projectiles versus 17 projectiles at 1,000. But also, the damage effectiveness on Blazing Salvo is 55%. And on Explosive Cock, it is 100%. So even if the numbers were equivalent on the 17 shots, it would still have to be double Explosive Concoction to be the same. Explosive is way more. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. That's the, like, why does this skill exist? The vibe that I'm getting. But 17 projectiles. Doesn't volley GMP reduce those numbers? Yeah, but it's reducing them both the same amount. So that's not part of the equation. That's not part of the situation. Yeah, wow, that's not even close. Explosive Concoction is like 63,000. And then Blazing Salvo would be like 17,000. And then half of that because it's 50% damage effectiveness. I think the only way it works out is if you don't use Greater Multiple or Volley with Blazing Salvo, because it would already have 8 projectiles without any of that. So you could get more damage multipliers, because you'd save 2 gem slots. But still, you'd have to be doing... It doesn't seem like it works out. And then Blazing is a spell, so it sucks. Because it can't life leech or anything like that. Actually, I guess there's a lot more to consider here. Because Explosive Concoction, you can't use a weapon. So you're not getting damage multiplier from a weapon either. Getting brain gobbled. The too long, the extracurricular. Was because I was looking at this, which is similar to what I'm doing, but on Infernal Mantle would be different than using the Skin of the Loyal situation. I was like, huh, I wonder if Blazing Salvo actually, like, with this setup, beats out Explosive Cocks. If there's anything you could do with Fire converted to Chaos. But the ultimate answer is no, because Omniscience exists. Anyway, Anyone ever heard of this thing called Myriad? Let's do that. I've never heard of it. Yeah, me neither. What? Ever heard of a Patriot? Ever heard of like a different playlist that I could listen to? Beep boop. Pop 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 pop. God, hold on, I'm still fucking looking at this real quick. Just real quick. Okay, shut up, song. Shut up. It's always the same song. New playlist, and then we begin. Caro Blaster? What? No one knows what that is. Oh, another pixel game? Oh wow, you think people would stop using pixels already? I'm so sick of pixels, dude. When are they gonna invent like a triangular pixel? Call it something else. Yeah, a trixel. Trixel.
I never know what to say.
And then be quiet. Let some other voices speak up for a change. Thank you. Hey, never talk again, but thank you. Okay. It's gun time.
Kids?
It's time.
Hey, Dory. Okay. Guns. What was I trying to remember? What's the first step? Is if I actually made... If weapons can spend wealth. That's step one. Did I ever make that? I think I did, but I don't remember if I did. It's gonna be a pain in the ass if I didn't. I really hope Old Ster did this already. I think I did. It looks like I did. I have no idea what item uses this. That I could even test and see if it works. The song name? Boop. There you go. Okay. So, we think that weapons can have wealth costs. Durables might. That doesn't make any sense. So what I'm gonna do is we need to duplicate thuribles because we're gonna build it off of them. Do gun base. Because I also want, currently when you equip a thurible, it gives you, they all always give you a thurible spell. And we want that same situation to happen for guns so that they can have, whenever you equip a gun, it gives you a reload button. So we're gonna rework that. What coding language is used for map tools? Map tools. Loot. Gun. Wait, don't I already have a gun base for some reason? Guess not. Okay, gun. I think there's a gun sound. Holy shit! There's a gun sound. You got me? Don't, dude, I'm sorry. I pressed the button and it still fucking got me. Okay, there's a gun sound. So map tools can translate it to Java. You can tell the map tool script to like initiate Java mode and then just code in basically Java. You can do the same for HTML5. But I don't know Java, dude. I don't know HTML5. I only know made up. That's what they call made up. There's like imaginary programming. Gun, gun, gun. Any ETA for the next campaign? I am the prestigious AAA developer that tells you that quality is the most important thing to me. And the ETA is when it's ready. And then I release Cyberpunk. I don't have a gun asset, do I? Gun, 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 gun. Gun, gun, gun. I don't know if I will figure it out. Description, yeah, it'll have a flail description. Yeah, that works for me. Have to see if wealth cost works. I don't know if it's called wealth cost. It probably is. We assume. I need a way to generate. Wait, this should work. Hello, random man. Now, you know what? We're gonna test on poop. Poop is what it's all about. Hey, poop. You fucking majestic gorilla. Does not tell me the wealth cost. Big error. Big error. Yo, is that? Well, that's fucked up. Oh shit. Oh shit. I found problem. Thinking. Processing. So I believe that I have the adrenaline cost for weapons doing a like quotate like air quote 0 plus something, but like it's not numbers, so it can't add this. It can't add not number plus number. But I did it that way because I made a new weapon type that had to. Dude, why did I do that? I mean, I know I did that, but it's not making a lot of sense right now. Hold on. Oh, because I had to do cost all. I know what to do. I'm just thinking how to do it. If the cost equals 999. No, that wouldn't exist here. Basically, I want to make it. I'm gonna write 999 instead of all, and then later convert 999 to all to where all that hooks up, so that I don't have this weird quoting numbers situation. I'm trying to think of what the order is. There's only one weapon that even creates this problem, so their attack cost is 999. Okay, then that's fine. And then here, inside the creation of the weapon, instead of... Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Dude, Ster, you're fucking wild. Wait, no, this whole thing's fucking pointless. I just removed the quotes here. I separate it. This is what it does when it creates the all, and this is what it does when it has a number. I don't know why the number had fucking quotes on it. Ayaya, 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 anime, Naruto, Naruto. Normal? Normal. And this one has the all. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, back to gun. Don't shoot. Gun. You do not have enough wealth. I did make fucking wealth a thing. What a man, but I didn't put it in. Okay, well, that's irrelevant. That's actually irrelevant. Okay, we're on the right. We're on the right. We're on the right. We want to be on the right because this is America. We drive on the right. And this shit's doing random ass wealth cost. Oh, you don't need that. Wait a second. 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 Man, I'm really good at realizing everything that's wrong. At least there's that. At least I'm not looking at this and I'm totally fucking clueless. But there's so much shit now. Sometimes I like, wait, this is wrong. And then I go through the whole, like, everything, every step, how it works, and go, oh no, it was cool. Yeah, it was fine. I think it's fine. I think this is doing something different than what I thought it was doing. True. It is very different. Gun. Gun. Greasy gun. Gun. Both cost 10. I don't have enough wealth. Wow, poop, you're rich. Uh-oh. New problem. Damn, I've like actually fixed like 6 problems already though. I'm on a roll. So when I click gun, you can hear that cha-ching noise. That's the wealth being spent before I've targeted. So if you cancel the targeting, I've still spent the money without not. It's, you know, you're getting fucked. And that's a problem. But the order things are done here are done in a very rigid way. So I'm trying to think what is even the solution to that situation. Because prior to gun, what we're doing is we want guns to have a wealth cost when you shoot. Which was always the workaround solution to not having to count how much ammo you have and knowing how many bullets are loaded in a gun and keeping track of all of that data, and it was a huge... It sucks. Doable, but it really sucks for map tools. And I think the way things are currently going, what I want to do is sort of a mix between the two solutions, is that... Well, before reloading just sounds cool. It felt very nice to reload in a weird way, to like click reload button and hear the gun reload and all that. So what I want to do is to have guns generate a reload for that gun, and reloading is going to reduce the wealth cost of shooting the gun. But if you don't want to spend actions on reloading, then it's like, fuck dude, you gotta spend money to basically represent the ammunition you're using without having to specifically have, like, hey, how many arrows do you have in your inventory, you fucking loser? Yes, you gotta be rich to shoot. Or could just spend money on reload. I don't want to give you the 5-minute explanation on why that can't happen and is wrong. And just recreates the same problem I described. Because reloading and tracking ammo was the problem. And you're saying, but what if you just reloaded it? With an extra step? Like, what if you just added a wealth cost to the thing that was problematic? I see. It doesn't work. Okay, so within the weapon, basically what's happening is it's checking cost here, because normally it would want to check the cost for wealth or adrenaline. Oh, dude, is adrenaline also fucked? Is all I have to do is move this?
Today, he swapped stories with fellow cyber junkies in the forum.
Two birds
We
with
got
one
guns to
stone.
start gun.
Thanks, Groove Salad, Orphion, or Orpheon. I think all I need to do is... is this where the weapon is made? Oh, yeah. Should be. Basically, I have this slot for all the checks before a weapon is fired. I need to get the cost for spending adrenaline moved to the beginning of attack type so that it's after the targeting. Would the wealth spent be triggered on the attack event? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're making shooting the gun cost wealth and reloading reducing the amount of wealth that it costs. Could you do... I've already solved it. I'm in the process of doing it. The whole plan has been created. Into the negative, all wealth reductions have a minimum of 1 wealth cost already. You're gonna be waiting a while. That's bow. Where's gun? Gun. Create gun. Gun, gun, gun. That's a great weapon name. Gun, 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 gun. Okay. So that successfully moved the cost to right before the attack rather than before the targeting, which I don't know why it was like that, because I've run into that problem a lot of time on skill generation. I feel like all of that was removed like a year ago. Gun. Blap, blap, indeed. And again, double checking the actual gun here. I need to see, make sure exactly how it happens if you don't have enough money to shoot. Okay, good. So we have functioning. Wait, no, we don't. Still one more thing we might have to do. I don't think I have it where you can reduce the cost. Unless it's already baked in to I think I'm gonna need a more specific one that is per, like, on a per gun basis if I'm giving each gun a reload button. Play X will for focus doesn't exist. Boom, optimized. No, there is no automatic wealth cost reduction, so need to kind of do what skills are doing. Should show how much wealth you use per shot? It will. So, as an example on weapons right now, it has how much adrenaline will be spent when you attack with the weapon, and then that can be reduced or increased if a character has this skill. We need a similar thing for the wealth cost, because right now it's just a flat value. But the tricky part is to think about now how that skill can be adjusted on the fly and not per turn, or in like per turn is the easiest way, but that isn't really applicable here. It's hard to explain. Because we need... I think what we need is like a generated skill that has the name of the gun in the skill to know to reduce the wealth cost for specifically that gun. If I want to go that specific, I think I have to. Because I'm kind of imagining each gun reload is specific to each gun, because then we can change... You can just have more variety in guns. How much does streaming coding help you? It slows me down significantly. I think talking out loud always helps me with design stuff, where if I'm like stuck on something, I'll just walk into Ashley's room, just say out loud a whole bunch of things she has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about a lot of time, and then go, oh, and then go back to my room and do it. Right now it's helping because I'm not looking at chat much, though it's usually hard for me to stream and like not get distracted by chat. Especially because chat wants to help, but like you don't know the entire framework database, the coding language, like literally nothing, but everyone still really wants to help, so I still want to reply to each thing. My coding duck? I don't know what that is. Okay, I think we need to take one step back from this and look at... this is creating... When I equip this, it creates the Thurible Cleanse, because right now the gun is a copy of Thuribles. Remove a status effect from an ally. Automatically generates with a wealth cost and range, and it's basically like a full functioning skill. And this is all of the defining what the skill is and creating it here. And then this is also that. And then there's a whole other like separate macro for creating it. And like this shit was one of the fucking most obnoxious things I've made. And very few things even use it. And I think very few things use it because after I finished it, it's like, I don't... This sucks. I don't want to have to do this. Because even with it working, and this being the example, it's still like a blob of obnoxious code that I don't want to deal with. But we got to do this to create a reload button. So the skill name would be like... Well, it depends. Like, basically, name plus reload. So it would be like the name of the gun reload, so that each one would be unique. But I don't think the name of the gun is defined yet. Name equals gun. There's like a whole other name generation process, and I don't remember when it happens. I don't think it might happen until like the very end. Yeah. So this whole gun creation thing happens, and then all the way at the bottom, loot weapon final, which is this other one, and then it's named here. Because it's creating a name based on prefix suffixes of like what the item rolled. So I may have to put like here, like if gun. Yeah, like all of this shit. And I'm not sure if that's gonna play nice. Real type. And I need to like define a whole... I kind of want to test it beforehand. I can fit this in here. I don't break the code layer limit map tools has. This. If name equals gun, then blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then let's remove this from gun, even though I'm going to have to like paste this into a notepad on the side so I make sure I don't lose this. MapTools has a limit on each macro. MapTools has a limit on like if statements. If into code. So like this line here, if blah 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 equals blah 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 code. Then if you do another one of those inside of here, fine. And then if you do another one of those inside of that, it's like, dude, fucking quit it. But there's loopholes to that situation. And the loophole is creating your own defined functions. So like inside of this code layer, you can have all of these yellow ones. I guess they're yellow. I don't know. Colorblind? Anyone? You can have code layers inside of those. So inside of here, I can define a function that has 2 more code layers. Then inside of that, I can put another one. Like you can do that forever, but it's... yeah. It's weird. Okay, anyway, so gun, I removed it from gun, removed it from gun. So at the very end, this should be creating... Did that error? That was a big error. But why? I think I'm missing like a bracket or something. It shouldn't be the code layer thing. That's kind of how it's behaving, but it shouldn't be it. Confused. Especially because I just copied over code that was already working. But here it's not. If the thing is gone, then it really is like there's a bracket missing somewhere. Or a misplaced quote. This code is really weird to look at because this whole code block is in quotes. But it doesn't look like it is. There might be like some double quote. Oh, wait. And Q quotation plus Q1 plus. Q1 is a quote. Some true psychopath shit going on in here. Oh. That's what I don't know how that happened. There's the bracket. I just copied this over. And that is not, I don't... We assume that's what the problem was. And it was weird. We equip gun reload and a smelly gun reload. Oh wait, it did it twice because now it's in here again because I think I pressed back. Oh, no, I know why it happened. Okay, so we're able to generate a gun, equip the gun, and then it has name of gun reload. And now we need pressing that button to very specifically reduce the wealth cost of only that gun. Which is all of this random code. This is the code for creating the Thurible Cleanse skill.
Oh gosh, do I ever. To have a lovely lady. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Stoy. And that sub sound was set as rare. And I feel like it constantly comes up. Basically all this needs to do is it for a single attack or per turn?
You got kids?
I guess
Sub-sound roulette. What do I get? Starbog.
I already missed it. I wasn't paying attention. Thank you. Thank you. Reload dot name. Okay, so in here, good thing I checked. I misplaced. Oh, I didn't do plus.
Woo.
Woo. Blah, 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 shattered gun reload, blah, 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 blah. Attack skill. Reload dot shattered gun. And we need that to have a value, which would be the next argument. But how do we know how much wealth it's reducing? Because when we create the gun and we define the wealth cost, we also need to define the wealth reduce. Okay. Harpy Tiara, hello and welcome. Yeah, talking out loud is helping, because I keep them, like, losing. Just connecting, like, all of the skill and weapon creation is, like, a bajillion different connection points. I'm trying to figure out, like, where and when stuff happens. And what is influencing what. So, next thing I need to figure out is how to, as Ashley, so brilliant, such a smart person, was explaining, was questioning me that I need to have a variable wealth cost on the gun so that you can see how much you've reduced it by and how much each gun is going to cost and not be a flat value. And in order for that to happen, I need to do some weird shit. I'm not sure what I need to do, so I assume it's weird. I think I need to do it in like 3 different spots. It's right here. This is one of the descriptions showing up. So it actually needs to be wealth cost. Wait, it would be wealth cost. Oh, this is fucking weird. This is weird. But I've basically done this before. not sure that that is actually... Shut up, song. You're being cringe. Oh, I think that was it. You can see the wealth cost on the description now is showing up in green. So that means that the code layer is working, like it's actually processing code shit rather than just spitting out the code into the description, which is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So if I pop this on, not enough focus, dude. Focus doesn't fucking exist. Chill. We reload. Wealth cost is still 10. Cringe. Did it actually add the skill? It did. Is it actually looking for the correct thing? No, it is not processing it. It just fucking printed out a colored 10. Hoop gun. Hey, wind. A man whose intellect encompasses both D&D and coding? Dude, but also he can lift logs. Isn't this guy incredible? A little confused right now, though. Oh. 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 Fuck, this is getting very quotation marks in here. Wait, that can't be right. But also it needs to be right. I'm most intimidated by his log lifting. I'm excited to get some log lifting done probably tomorrow. It's been a while. We changed our workout schedule. So I would have went on Friday, but I didn't. Okay, no, okay, this is too many layers of quotes. And I'm confused. And I need to see how skills do this. Because skills have a variable wealth cost built into them already. But I think it's like super hard coded rather than randomly injected at the end. So yeah, theirs is wealth cost, blah, 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 and that is created at the end. Oh, so if it's a gun, I basically need to do the same thing. But different. Because this, at the very end, is if gun. And this is starting to like... It's too many things. Brain is melting down. There's no more brain, dude. Make skill. And skill has its own skill final tooltip. But it wouldn't be in there. Oh my god, dude. Here it defines the cost and just boom. We need to get basically that into if gun. That needs to go to the fucking tooltip. Okay. Because when we make equip, go to the make equip. Do I have that open? Don't. The very end, when we're finally making the button, we make equip. Our tooltip equals description. But description was already made in the previous macro. Oh yeah, because this description is assembled like by fucking elves. I send it off to be made by elves. Like actual magic. Because all the way back at the beginning where I was originally writing it, that's where the description's being made. And this is right, but also it would need to look like this. And this is very confusing to look at. Particularly because I thought it wouldn't work, because you'll notice this plus quote is putting this whole thing in a tiny quote, but then also this function has quotes, and I thought that was gonna like double break it, but apparently it doesn't. Who fucking knows? That was the whole concern. Apparently no one cares. They just let you get away with murder. But they don't, because I don't think I can do it that early. Because you know what I'm saying? Is that it shows the code at the wealth cost instead of... Man, caught red-handed. And then when you click on this, to create the weapon, that's an entirely different description where it says wealth cost 10 there. That, like, this would have to be done again, but in a slightly different way. But here it is on this skill that it also made. There it is working. Because that's the exact same thing. This one is creating that line of code that we were just using as the example. But the difference in the gun one is that it's not a real tooltip. The fake formatted tooltip. Wait, no, they both are. But this one, fucking Christ, this one starts with a quote. This one does not. Why? Who made this? It's irrelevant. Wait, no, it isn't. It is the most relevant. That's what it is. I knew that too. I don't think I can have the variable wealth cost on the initial weapon that you equip. It will have to be on the actual attack, which I think is fine. Like, that's something I ran into a while ago. That these descriptions are, for a good reason I can't remember, significantly more static. I love good reasons I can't remember. So we go back to just color coding it. So wait, no, we don't color code it. We don't color code it because then people will think that it is updating. Because that's kind of the whole how we're doing it. So, in conclusion, oh my god, dude, there's too many things. There's apparently the thing I need is already open, but it's buried behind all the other things I've been doing. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. This is a big problem. But that doesn't make any sense. Hold up. None of this makes any sense. Oh shit. Have I been fucking pretending myself this whole time and I thought that I did it, but I didn't actually do it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. What? Biken main? Fuck Biken. I'm really confused, actually. And it's hard to even... What? Okay, so here's what's going on. A while ago, huge problem I had was making the damage on descriptions update. So you can see here it says Smash Claw damage 104, and it's red because it's actually calculating the bonus damage the character token has. But for some reason... Okay, now the gun is... I looked at this 1 second ago and it wasn't doing it, and that's what was freaking me out. Okay. Guess Okay. I guess I had to read... that's also actually a problem. And I think that's why I've been faking myself out for so long, that the problem wasn't a problem. But it's still a problem. So what's happening is, when I generate the weapon, it's checking my stats to see what the bonus damage is. This isn't automatically updating. This is like, dude, at the time you equip this, this is what your damage was. I think that's actually not too hard of a fix. But dude, man. Getting that to work was a huge pain in the ass, but it had to be done for the declaration of enemies, because an enemy would declare like, hey, I'm going to attack you with a sword for 10 damage. And like, you know, you could read them like, oh, you know, declare, okay, that's his weapon. That's not very scary. And then he attacks and hits you for 50 because it didn't mention that also he had all these status effects that boosted it. So that was a pain in the butt. But apparently the number's fake. The number is half fake. Because this goes through like a 10-step program to get to be a fake number. The gun determines the base damage. And then we go to loot weapon final of creating the weapon, where it does all the final what the actual real damage is. And then here is where it's doing the true explanation of what the damage is. It's all that code plus bonus damage. It basically boiled it down to bonus damage. It wouldn't have to be an omega calculation. But I don't understand. It's like my head's the CPU processor, and I can just feel it overheating, and it's like reaching the limit. Because there's E stat equals I stat is the damage, and then the damage is calculated, but then the damage is just the damage, and the I. But which one? I keep forgetting which one's E stat, which one's I stat. You fucking why? And then that doesn't. That's not even the real one. Then that gets passed to the make the equipment. But it's being passed as a quoted piece of code, so it should still be so it should still be a quoted piece of code by the time it gets to make equipment, which is the clicky button. But the fucking descriptions on here can't use code at all. But it's still showing the damage correctly. So at what point And man, dude, this is the kind of thing I don't want to do on stream. It was supposed to be easy. Because now when we send it to brain explosion land, make equip. Do I have make equip open? And one of these 40. I also am like trying to keep these all on the same monitor so that they're actually visible. I don't have it open. Why is it not prepared like other descriptions? First question. Real question. Tooltip equals, and this is in a quote. So that's why it's breaking quotes. Because way up. I don't even understand. How do I think I remember doing something like this at some point, but I don't know how I came to the conclusion. Okay, so this description is actually set good. Now it doesn't work. Because I think because it's using a single quote. But weren't skills using a single quote and it was fine? And I was looking at that earlier and I was like, yeah, this one's using a single quote. And it has code in it. Very confusing. There is actually a possibility it's because it has spaces. Which is definitely one of the sadder possibilities. But equally real. If this fixes it, I'm gonna be upset. Be very upset. Good. Good. Oh, I understand a little bit more. Understanding +1. My brain has eyes. My brain has eyes. quote plus quote plus descript plus quote plus quote. Yeah? You know you want to work. You little fucking thing. Fucking works. It fucking works, dude. I'm glad that I'm on the level to know that was going to work. That's progress. Now that means we can go all the way back to Funky Town. Literally, what does it mean? Chat, what does it mean? Has anyone like that Omega brain that's like, oh, I know what that means. You go back to which one? To make equipment? No, that's where we just were. Back to all the way back to making the gun. All the way back to the initial making the gun where we were trying to do the wealth cost equals code. I'm gonna do that as a test. And then we're gonna generate a new gun. And the wealth cost is not code. Because I've broken the quotes to write this. What I actually need to do is that. Huh? Now it's gonna work. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Monkey, 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 monkey. Why? Because dude, I'm actually so confused. I know what's happening there. So in the beginning of these descriptions, you have to do this weird strength format and then quote your description. We're using actual double quotes here. And the reason that this code is not showing up as code is because it's a single quote. So it's staying inside the double quotes, and it's like, no, you're quoting code. You're not breaking out of the code layer, the quote, to do the codes. There's no codes. But the psycho thing that's tripping me up is these descriptions that start with a single quote. Oh, and then they get here and then they break the single quote. But I'm seeing why things were done this way. It's starting to click. The reason that can't work for the fucking equipment, which is why I didn't do it that way, because I'm redoing my own code again, is because they have all of the styling in here that has single quotes. And if I did a single quote to start it, the moment we got to background color, it'd be like, okay, you're done. So for these more advanced, like, HTML tables, we would need to break out a full quotes. As opposed to these, not these. Wait. Fuck! That's what the solution was here. Holy shit! I don't need the single quotes for the HTML. Because skills do it differently because they have to run through their own fucking separate things. And apparently I learned how to do it better by the time I got to skills. So, okay. All these fucking... That doesn't matter. So you take them out, and it's fine. It's fine. So we remove all of those and then turn this into a single quote. Boom, 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 boom. And in order to do that, I don't fucking know. We gotta find where the tooltip is assembled. Which is like fucking anyone's guess. And all this shit's already open. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we need this. So you're just saying this is eventually where it ends up, and we were doing the full quotes. We need these to not be full quotes. Quote, 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 quote. Every time I stream programming app tools, it's like, it's a quote problem. It's a tradition that we just fumble over quotes. Equip final tooltip. That's gotta be it. Yep. We remove those. We remove those. And we hope this doesn't break all previously existing equipment. And if it did, that's a great example of the reason why Myriad hasn't started yet. Because once it starts and once all of the players have their equipment, where I have to remove every single individual quote to make all their weapons update to the hold on the quotes, then none of their shit'll work, and I'll have to be fixing each group's items week to week. I think that's like, this is big. The image source comes from somewhere else entirely, and that has the quotes on it. That comes from my ass. I named a lot of the functions my for Myriad, like my accuracy, my adrenaline. I think my ass is my asset. But also, I think I missed that opportunity. I don't think it's really called my ass. It's not. I did ass equals check name. It's called check name. You really dropped the ball on that one. Could have been my ass. God damn it, where the fuck's check name? Wing. Time to write a new function called myAss that just references the other function. Check name. Hey. Wait, that's not it. That just tells you what the asset is. Okay. So when does it... Ooh.
Sure, you may think it would stink being a medieval peasant, but do you know just how stinky?
Not a
Pregnant.
clue. Not a fucking clue. I don't know when or where it would handle that. I mean, right here, it's doing the image ass. Very funny. It's doing the image ass. That's for the title. That's not even the tooltip. The tooltip is the description. Man. Equip final tooltip? No? Maybe? Thanks to Grod Bronraro. Thanks for telling me I'm pregnant. Apparently that's already open, probably way in the back. That's what I was editing, right? Image dot rare image. That's what it's actually something different than I thought it was. It's a whole separate thing. Maybe there's more. Where the fuck, where is that? Seriously, we're trying to do like one thing, which is to update the tooltip for how much wealth cost a gunshot is. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 different fucking things open. Go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here. Yeah, this is it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's fine. We gotta remove all the little quotes. Aye. Little quote, he's gone. What is the actual name for little quote? Why am I like apostrophe? It's, I mean, in that's no. No. I think it's little quote. We will baby quote. And did I close the make a gun? Who knows? It's a mess. Who knows? Apparently it's open. There it is. Okay, making a gun on poop. Description doesn't work. Throwing up while looking up. Okay, it's because of this very first thing. Border width. Cell padding. Wherever that is, who the fuck knows? Who? I thought we took care of that. No, we didn't. I hit everything else. I just didn't notice those at the top. Okay, we're making another gun on poop. Value for... Uh-oh. That's a decent sign, but that's a very different problem. And the description doesn't work. Why? Just gonna remove shit until is there like another single quote in here? It's just this, which was the code. But that's intentional. That isn't what it is. There's the one at the end's fine. It's No? Is there another one? I can't... Oh, background color. Uh-oh. Oh, no, that's also fine. Okay, I see what's happening. What, dude? How do I keep... Dude, bro. Man, I hope that isn't actually a problem. Because I'm gonna have to that is... That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a whole thing. God damn it, I can see it already. Fuck. That problem is that we come all the way back to the initial creation, and we need to add the wealth cost into here rather than it actually be a variable. Man, I really feel like I do not know the consequences. Like, oh, I fixed all this stuff. I don't know what this has unfixed. I feel like I'm gonna go through a whole bunch of shit that I think is done and be like, okay, it's fixed and this is important and this works better. Now I just have to change literally everything else. Because it's like changing the whole text formatting on something that passes through so many different functions. One of them is going to have a problem with it. Like the it's with a little baby quote across like thousands of randomly generated descriptions. Kind of like forgetting where I even was. We are at the gun makes... It doesn't work. Is it the it's? It's the it's. Okay, that's... horrific. That is a horrific problem that I might be able to fix. I have this function here. A to N. It actually changes all of the, whenever it's like an orange balloon, it'll change the to an an. But I think I can use this same function to find any quotes and remove them, so that I don't have to manually go through every single random description and see if I can find a quote, and every time I miss one, it'll break a weapon. That's probably how that's gonna end up. Ooh-wee. And now because of this change, we can also go all the way. Yo, I'm gonna get out ahead of this whole situation too. No find and replace function. The way that I've created randomly generated text is there is a a table thing in map tools where you can create randomly generated tables, and they are legit fucking individual open up lines of code or just text, and you can weight them based on like a roll of D54. If it rolls 7 to 11, it chooses this description, and I would have to go through each individual one across so many things. No, I can't control find them. They're like not in normal code. So right now, this is going to cause problems down the line, I can tell. Weapons generate with this damage. Tells you what the damage is, plus bonus damage. But if there's ever any calculation later that I would like, oh, you know, it'd be really cool if like weapons could calculate this other additive to damage. Well, literally every weapon ever made doesn't do that already. What we're going to do is change that to a defined description function. So that instead of doing the calculation, it's just going to be a defined function that sends you somewhere, so I can just change the like global thing later, which I haven't done here. We have it for a bunch of other things, but yeah. Not this. And then for right now, it would just be damage plus. Fuck. Hold on. Okay. We can't write damage in. We don't. I don't know. I like to do that. I'm gonna stop doing that though. So instead of this, we would have to do. Oh, yeah. But like always an exception. They don't just let you.
You got kids?
Get out of here. It's two separate ones. Mini Faigon. I just really wanted to say mini golf. Thanks, mini golf. hunt this shit down. Not in here. It's already assigned by the time we get there. Here? Make whip? Wait, no, that was make whip. Just gonna start closing things. It's easier to just open them again as I need them. I'm trying to find where on the attack where this description comes from. Which literally, holy shit, I'm having a double epiphany. Fuck, dude. They used to be separate because declares need it to show the updated damage. That's why this one looks like shit. I took out all of the tables because the tables were the problem, but I didn't have the comprehension. I didn't have brains. I didn't have eyes on my brain to realize that the table wasn't a problem because you can just remove the single quotes. So this is a really shitty tooltip because I thought I needed to remove all of that to get the code to work on it, which was super important for displaying information to players when enemies declare their attacks and calculating the damage on them. But because I fixed all of that, this tooltip being unique they do not even need to be separate. So there's the whole I-stat, E-stat variables in here that I made to make them different. And there's, at the end, it ultimately is description 1 and description 2. And when it makes the weapon, it uses description 2. We don't do description 2. I think I need to generate a new gun for this to use all of that. And I don't think it did. I don't think it did at all. But why not? Because equip final tooltip happens first? But it's literally not the final it's literally not the final tooltip. There's more code after it. It's already open somewhere. Can't find it. Would be it's right here. I can't believe that I left this calculate value shit here. I'll be looking for that one day. And that is using descript, which should have been passed along differently when I updated this. Oh yeah. Oh man, there's like a whole other thing, like another extra layer here. This strength form, this one strength. I always do it. This one is using the full quotes from before, Which I was making it do the full quotes to avoid the whole problem I just described, where I thought it couldn't do the tables. Part of me actually wants the description on these to be worse, though. Because this has so much extra information of, like, the weight, the value, the randomly generated description, that when you're reading, an enemy's going to attack me. Like, I would want to remove all of that from enemy tokens anyway, to have less information distracting that is, like, totally irrelevant. Especially if, like, I would have to unassign wealth values, because if I have, like, generic enemy using a sword that I generated using some high wealth nonsense, but then the player sees that, I was like, oh, dude, these swords are worth 100 that every guard is using? But, like, they're not. Because I don't want to have to actually value every single sword. Though it mostly does that automatically. I'm just worried about situations where I also generate swords to turn into, like, the bear's bite attack is basically a sword. So it would generate a sword, and that whole description would automatically go into the attack when the bear declares. So I would have to remove it every single time I make, like, a natural weapon attack. But still, I need to figure out where this description's coming from, because that damage calculation is fake. And then also every enemy that I've ever created so far is now needs to be made again. Cool. So again, where is this description created? It would be in make wep. Or here it is. Here it is. This is basically it. But I don't want it to use quotes. Because it needs to use single quotes in order for the calculations to actually show up. God damn, dude. Today has been... It feels very productive. A lot of shit has gotten done, but it has also just created, like, more work. I've done an amazing job of creating more work today. Really pat myself on the back for this one. And this is make wep. That is passing this description over, which I think... I don't know. Still ultimately dealing with the problem that... God, I don't know where this is, being assigned. It's definitely neither of the descriptions. So we pass it over here. It does name, it does description, but then in that description is the uncalculated damage. But as far as I can tell, everywhere the damage is, it's calculated now. Except one spot. Fuck. I see what's going on. Wait, no, I don't. Wait, no, I don't. No, shit. That's endless. Start from the beginning. Start from the very beginning. This is the default base for the weapon. Damage equals 10. Cool. Blah, 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 blah. Then we pass that damage equals 10 to loot weapon final. Then we're in loot weapon final. And then damage equals blah, 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 weight is determined on damage and blah blah blah, 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 and then we come all the way down here and we're adding to the description. Exactly, that's where I thought we were. Unless some random other spot is creating its own tooltip where it's just using that assigned value. So we go to make weapon. That's the next spot. Got that open. Damage is passed over. But then it never makes its own tooltip. It just makes its tooltip from the name and the description that was already assembled. This is where I'm at. I don't know why it's still not calculating it, because iStat is the description. We pass over the description. And for both of these now, the description is calculating damage rather than a flat damage number. Wait. I think I'm having the epiphany I need. Let me make one more. Epiphany. This one says 343 damage because it's doing the damage calculation in here. This is a real time when we look at this. That's the damage. And we generate this. This one is not real time. This one is some fake dog doo-doo shit. Because instead of doing the code has already been processed. And then rather than damage equals code, it's damage colored 343. That is already just boom. Why? That's the epiphany moment that I think that didn't help. Nah, there's no epiphany. It's like this code is being executed before it gets into the tooltip. Wait. Or I just start deleting shit and seeing what still works. None of the damage calculation is in here. It's all gone. What is the value? The value is 4. 4. And it asked me what the value of E-stat was, right? Value for E-stat. That wealth cost, dude, there's so much going on here, dude. I think that's where it's happening. I think right here it's defining the description, and this description is the damage, but it's out of quotes. So I think it's executing the code here, and then the executed code makes into the tooltip rather than the, yeah, that's the only thing that's making sense. But also that's weird. And I'm unsure how to stop it. Do you know what the term omniverse means? I am so deep within a complex problem right now. I don't think we can discuss any sort of omniverse right now. There is some function that like makes sure code doesn't execute. I forget what it is. I haven't used it in a long time. It always ends up having a problem, so I usually don't use it. Man, this shit, just to look back at this is like, if I'd made this whole thing from scratch again, this is a fucking mess. I would not do half. Yikers. Learning's cringe. You made the Omniverse and you came to a Ster's Twitch stream to brag about it. Holy shit, dude. That's fucking incredible. Also, actually, you know what? Ashley's probably right. I was fucking losing my mind the other night on some really simple bug fixes. Okay, this is fucking weird. Like, this whole thing right here is so stupid. I'm passing to the make web. This whole thing like has the information of what the damage is, all of the shit that I need. And at the very end, I was like, I'm just going to pass over the completed description, and then we're going to plug in the description for the tooltip. But it's like making more sense that I think I might just have to like create the tooltip from scratch again. because it's randomly executing the description as it passes it. Because before it didn't used to have code in the description, so this wasn't a problem. Yeah, that was 100% what's happening. I don't think it's here. I think when it's passed here, map tools executes code unless it's in quotes, but it's technically out of quotes. I think it has to build it all again. The last resort, it's really not hard. Because I still want to keep parts of the description out of this description, as I was explaining earlier. So all I really need is name. Hold on. It's got the name, and then it would have what we write in here. This shit doesn't know if it's restrained or not. Oh man, this is a quagmire of coding. This truly is the quarry. Just gonna look up that function, see if it works here. I don't think it's applicable here. I think actually that I might be able to do it that way. To just add quotes again there. Nope. But I think that's in the right direction, because that's basically what a lot of this is doing. You see on a attack type, as it passes it, okay, I'm remembering. There's a couple of these where it has to quote them with a variable quote before it passes them, so it doesn't execute them. So we like need to re-wrap it in quotes as it's passed, which is definitely some psycho bullshit, but that's the world that we live in. Something went weird. A quote made it into the title. 'Cause there's like an extra quote here. What? It's always the quotes. The answer is the quote. The problem is the quote. Because it's already inside little quotes. Which I don't think it should be. That was it. That was actually working. God damn it, dude. I'm sad that took me that long to realize. I guess I like haven't really dealt with this kind of thing in a while, but the answer's right here that I've already had to do it within passing code down. Well. Well, it works. The best that I can describe for everyone trying to understand what the fuck's going on with code here. Oh, also it didn't work because now this description in chat isn't... Wait, what? Okay, when the item is generated and put into chat, it's not doing it. But the tooltip, which should be the same tooltip in tooltip format, is working. Next problem to be solved. Map tools is weird because its code executes only. The only time code executes in map tools is when it's input into chat and you press enter in chat. These macros are just references to what is being typed into the chat. And the chat is like HTML based, so you're getting an odd situation. And it also unfortunately means one of the biggest limitations of map tools is you can't, you basically have when a line of a chunk, whatever code is executed, you have to wait for the whole thing to finish for the next thing to start because it is a chat output. And you can't use like timers in your code. There's some extensions and some weird workarounds people have found because you can... I don't even want to get into it. You can do timers, but also long explanation. Anyway, okay, we got to figure out this chat output when the item is generated. Probably has some quotes in it. There's quotes. We know the answer to every problem now. Like if I start trying to solve a problem and I'm not talking about quotes, I'm way off base. So I need to figure out when this is outputted to chat. I have no fucking clue. I think this is actually it right here. Yeah. So equip final tooltip. This is outputted to chat. We got to go to equip final tooltip. That's right here. And this is outputting. And descript. I believe we're going to put cues on the side of it. So when it outputs, we can see where those cues are. Cues here. Cues here. That's not it. The descript is the actual item description. Oh, then istat. Obviously. obviously. But iStat needs to be in mini quotes so that I can break out of the mini quotes. Jesus Christ. How do I do that? I think this is also why EStat and iStat were different. Maybe at one point. This is the tried and true Ster method. Didn't work though. It is placed in the quote, but they're not mattering. You can see that they're there. Why aren't they mattering? It's... I think I know. I think it has to be within a string format. Somehow. No quotes. Fuck. I was pretty confident on that one. Oh God. What if? It doesn't make any sense because I'm already in quotes. What's the difficulty of guns? We're actually so sidestepped that we're fixing all tooltips on all weapons right now. The actual progress on guns went really smoothly until I hit a point where I was like, oh wait, this is actually not working the way I thought it was, and I need to fix everything. So now we're currently fixing everything. This might be like the very last step on the road of fixing all weapon tooltips. Is figuring out why the chat output is not doing these calculations. Oh goodness. I think the whole thing needs to be formatted. Not this individual thing. I don't fucking know, dude. I know. I see what it is. We're geniuses. We're geniuses. We're geniuses. It works. We're geniuses. It works. We're geniuses. It works. I saw that coming from a fucking mile away. It does work. That's good. That's good. We're geniuses. We just have to change all of the big quotes into little quotes because we changed the main one was a big quote. Now they all need to be little quotes. It's like the same problem we were doing earlier. Where we were trying to have things in little quotes break out of big quotes, but they can't because they're in big quote. Now we're geniuses. How? How are we not geniuses? How the fuck? How are we not geniuses? Remove the format. Just throwing shit out there. Nope. It's very weird that none of those worked. Unless we're back to the same problem that we were before. The same problem? It's hard to know which problem is occurring when. That the information... No, that's a backwards problem. Never mind. Anytime anything doesn't go perfectly correctly the first try in your life, it's a sunken cost fallacy. You should have just given up before you even started. Too late, Ashley. Okay, I'm happy to have a different result. It's crazy, like, nothing has made a dent in this. Just needs to eval the macro section. Yeah, but usually if you do like, put it in quotes, I am the pepper. R3 plus 1 king. I think that works. No, it doesn't. Some shit like that works. I forget the difference between eval and eval macro. Oh, see, that one works. Eval macro, I am, all in quotes, I am the pepper macro king. It doesn't evaluate any other shit, and it adds up to 3 plus 10. So here, like, oh, it only needs to evaluate that one spot. Yeah, that's what it should be doing. But then we go to do it, eval macro, and then it gets to that part where it's in quotes and doesn't. I guess because that's in... It's a little bit different. So this one isn't... Code doesn't have to be in brackets. So I guess the real example would be... It's trying to do that. Now, I'm looking at that, I know that won't work. But... Yeah, what if this looks like... That looks so stupid. Because, yeah, you can't put brackets in there. But that's basically what we want. That doesn't make it, the eval macro is already basically R. Ah, shit, this song, dude. It's talking shit. Problem is, this is like another layer down. We're basically on like potato equals I am the pepper king, and then eval macro potato. I don't know why I'm the pepper king. So potato equals quotes with a macro in it, eval macro potato. And it works. That's exactly what we're trying to do. Except instead of this being like that, it is breaking single quotes. And I can already tell that shit is not going to work. Because the original problem, if it's in quotes, if it's in big quotes, then it can't, you're not breaking quotes with tiny quotes. But I tried to fix it that way already. That's why we're on little quotes to start and finish. And it should be breaking out here. I see. Okay. It's double quoting. It's double mini quoting. Because we're in mini quotes, and then we break out of mini quotes, and then iStat has mini quotes. But I can't put that CO into the brackets because that's already made somewhere else for these tooltips where it's impossible to execute that in here. So like tooltips do not work the same way anything else does in map tools. So like you have to do things special for tooltips, and then it's coming out in chat and doing it differently. So like this is very specifically only the chat output because shit's weird. Note it and quote it. Yeah, this just needs more quotes. We're going deeper. That worked. You never know, dude. If ISTAT and ESTAT, ISTAT and ESTAT are for separating these tooltips on the image button. ISTAT is that. ESTAT is this. Maybe I can just use ESTAT here? Nah, it's gonna look like shit. Even if it works, I don't want this to work. I don't want to do it this way. Because that's the whole watered down description. And they're both formulated the same way, so it's still not reading it. And the reasons for that were there's too much explanation. I don't know why this didn't work before when it was big quotes then. And we were breaking out of big quotes. I'm undoing all the way back to how it was. Okay. And then we tried this, didn't we? Dude, this really is like the final boss. I think it's done after this.
What a deluge!
Star Blob.
Might have to solve this a step back and package it differently. I don't see how we could do that any differently either. Song, chill. I'm dealing with a lot right now. I have a lot on my plate. I have quotes and little quotes and baby quotes. And string formats and quotes. I mean, this is the basis of the problem here. That I need... But also that problem doesn't make any sense. Because it definitely wasn't in big boy quotes. I don't know what you mean. I have no experience in double evaluations. I was only ever not evaluated because I dropped out of high school. I know what's happening. Boom. Brain exploded. Here's the problem. No, that's not the problem. Fuck. It might be the problem. And if this isn't the problem, it's going to be a different problem. Because it's in, this isn't the problem, but later down the line, like if I generate a weapon on a not player, it's going to break because it's going to be trying to calculate the damage from an object that is not a player. Dude, the whole shit's fucking broken now. I don't know if that's because the it's. I don't like puzzle games. Dude, I fucking hate puzzle games. Wait a second. Wait a second. I think I got it. I think I got it, dude. This is all quoted as description equals because I'm trying to pass description over to something, but it has not, that is irrelevant for the chat output. I used to have two different outputs. I must have had a good reason for it because now we actually can do like the bracket R name. And that should let us get to the point where we can solve it the way it was shown before. I'm hoping. Wait a second, what the fuck? How is description equals and it has itself in it? That's kind of fucked. I mean, I see how that works, but kind of weird. Okay, I don't know what just happened for it to like double itself. Help me. It's like like a double table being made? I think Scottish Ninja. Oh, because it literally did just redefine Descript as itself, as we were talking about. So it put itself in itself. Okay. Didn't solve the problem though. Unless now we can do eval macro inside of a macro evaluating a macro. No? No? Because that's still in quotes and that didn't work. Ah! This is doing brain damage. We put iStat in baby quotes so that I can break out of them. Nope. Nope. It is untouchable. Okay, we got a different. I'm happy anytime something different happens. But that's also very confusing. What? Because okay, because it's not actually this is really just gonna be a try different things forever. Thinking of no, that doesn't even matter. Oh shit. The final solution. We make an, instead of iStat and eStat, we make a third. Chat stat. Chat stat equals iStat plus damage. This works. And this actually makes a lot of sense why this is even a better way to do it. Because the chat doesn't have a token. And the same thing with the object thing I was saying. It might cause some problems later. So we're just gonna like fake it. The damage isn't gonna calculate at all because it doesn't matter because the chat doesn't have a fucking damage calculation. And it's better that it doesn't because when you discover an item, you're gonna want to see what the base damage is more than like, oh, our fighter discovered it, so it made it look like the damage was higher, but then we gave it to the wizard and he's like, why is this weapon suck? Facts. So we make chat stat it's just the damage. You don't need to fuck around with the calculation. And then all this other shit is added. We need to also do chat stat equals e stat equals what it was previously, so it adds the damage before that. And then we go to the final boss description, and it's just chat stat. Chat stat.
We want to end that run in style, but we need
What?
$20,000.
Thanks, Spectag. Why is it saying damage twice or wealth cost twice? I see. Pain. Wait. This is definitely the way to go. But E-stat isn't. I just gotta remake the whole thing. Oh. Uh-huh. There's one final thing I'm worried about.
The answer was equally as stupid as the question.
Isn't it always? Tangled Nasties. Thanks for the prayers. For checking out some absolutely thrilling programming stream. Same problem for hours. iStat plus. Chat stat equals iStat plus. Yo, fucking chill, dude. Okay. Everything about this works. Except only on guns. Gun is the exception to the rule where only guns have this wealth cost thing. That need to be that are calculated beforehand. Man, I think this is I need to take a break because I'm seeing what I was saying earlier, that all of the stuff that I've done to rework how tooltips work, this is a consequence of it, and I think if I go further in this direction, I'm making the problem worse. Like, if I fix this the way I'm fixing it, I think a lot of other shit down the line is gonna suffer. So I either need like a big step back to think about it, or the original thing that was going on here was that guns, I wanted their wealth cost to update when you use the reload thing. So early on, the very first thing that is assigned for a gun is wealth cost. The wealth cost is why the fuck is this colored? Wait. There might not be any problem. There's either a huge problem or none. Yo, what the fuck? I see what happened. This is what I'm talking about. We made the problem again. Right? By undoing all of this in here to add the mini, they're breaking the thing from the beginning that we fixed. I undid button this a bajillion times, and I don't know if I saved how it was, but we just need to remove all of that. Got him? Got him? Oh yeah, because it like highlights them and it's making me not see them, but I should be seeing them because it highlights them. Yeah, this is bullshit. I think there was no problem. See, the wealth cost on here that's colored, the Big 10, isn't actually calculating anything. And that's the one final thing that's still a problem for the chat output. But when we turn on the gun, this wealth cost needs to actually calculate something. But it's, fuck, see, it's getting that calculation from before it was assembled. So even though this is causing the problem, this does not need to calculate shit. It's the problem. Because later it needs to. But see, like, as a gun, it might just need to, like, add that at the end rather than at the beginning. And then it's probably okay. So, like, here... Oh, God, I need to take a break. I feel like I'm really close to solving it. But in a way that, like, if I come back later, I'll fix it in 5 minutes. And if I sit here now really close, is like in an hour, it'll be done. I'm just seeing if it really is in the next 5 minutes. If I got the brain power, but I'm stuttering, I can't even say words. Because really, introducing code to this early in the item generation for descriptions is something that hasn't been done at all before. For apparently very fucking good reasons. But skills do this. Skills have a wealth cost that's variable that shows up on the skill. But the difference is skills never show up in chat like this. You don't find a spell and have it show up in chat. You don't have 2 buttons for a spell. You don't have like first button, second button for a spell. And also, I'm seeing what the biggest thing is that we might have to incorporate into weapons. Weapons don't usually have costs. The only other ones that do are a couple of weapons have adrenaline costs. And there's specific mods that add adrenaline costs. The two-handed swords have them now. Ooh. Axes always do. Theirs is quite unique. Adrenaline cost 2. This fucking all broke. Because there's probably, yeah, there's a quote in here. That's hellhole number 2. That's for another time. The thing is that this adrenaline cost 2, there are skills that say like, hey, adrenaline cost on weapons is always -1 for you. You're a big boy. You can use the big boy weapons. But this never updates. It never tries to be like, dude. Bruh. Real-time update. The only thing that has a real-time update for weapons is the damage. And that is done... That's easier because it's done at a stage where the weapon has already been generated. That's a bit easier to plug it in right at the end. So what I would need in conclusion is, rather than adding to the stat situation the way I would normally, like normally this would be like I stat, but it's a fucking, you know, weapon does blah 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 blah. What needs to be done is at the very end, right before it calculates damage, because damage I always want to be at the very bottom mod. Right here, I need to be like, yo, if wealth cost not equal 0, then B stat equals dude, this fucking good job talking to yourself out loud, Ster. You did it. That's all. Don't care. We're gonna do it the most simple way. Wealth cost equals wealth cost. And then this shit, you never say it. This is irrelevant because you've already said there is a wealth cost, therefore later on it'll handle it. Blah 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 blah. We make another gun. I don't know which one it was. There's too many guns. We make a gun. It doesn't say it. Honestly, go fuck yourself with a screwdriver. It's supposed to be I stat. What the hell does the E and I stand for, dude? Both cost 10. We did it. We're doing it. And then you equip it. What is it saying here? Wealth cost 10. Here is where it needs to be calculated. And this is... Which one is fucking E-stat? We're gonna do them separately. I stat is that. E stat is needs to be the actual calculation. These quotes concern me. I mean, it looks right, it's just coloring it like it's not right. But it's not coloring it at all. Fucking God, this is like... I feel like this is what we end up working on every time the stream's up, but this is also what makes map tools look so bad. That this is by far, times 1,000, the most complicated, convoluted, weird shit that I've set up. that shouldn't even be possible in here, and it's like amazing that it even exists at all, and then it's all anyone sees and like, wow, this shit sucks. Oh. What the fuck?
You got kids?
Star.
Well, like the text color formatter is just giving up here. And it's making me scared. Buy the leeway, thank you. But also it completely gave up and didn't write it at all. Here, I'm gonna go just a step simpler. Make sure you're working. Oh, because the chat out. Oh god, dude. Because the chat output is different. Oh my god, dude. There has to be a better way. Put me in grayscale. Show me doing something stupid in slow motion, like pouring fucking water on my head. There has to be a better way. Stat, you don't exist yet, you fucking idiot. And you're not calculating. We blasting? We are not blasting. The stream started off with some Omega blasts. And now it's like, I can't display text. It went from, whoa, yeah, let's go. Everything's working, everything getting fixed. I can't. And I'm not sure if I'm digging a deeper hole or not. This might just be getting worse. Woo 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 ooh woo. That's probably getting worse. Why? Oh, I accidentally deleted a parenthesis. Okay. Definitely getting into a bad spot where doing something like that is tilting. Like, what's wrong now? Oh, I'm stupid is what's wrong now. Okay, it's saying it, it's outputting it correctly. It's outputting it correctly in chat. It is also not doing it correctly in the tooltip, because that's fucking where it's at. Bruh. It's only in... Actually, no, that's good. See, I'm even forgetting what I'm doing. It's only supposed to be calculating it here, and it's... I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. That's it. That's the stream. It's lunchtime. Run around the block and scream time. Thanks for hanging out. Maybe we'll pick up guns another time when all of this is sorted out and I can actually make progress on a thing without reworking how all tooltips work. That'd be cool. Okay. Okay, bye.